Coming up, Social Security and seniors. We'll tell you why some retirees wish they waited to take those big payments and why some local residents were forced to. Charlie?
A former PR guy facing a laundry list of child porn charges. The disturbing testimony coming up.
And 2 in 1 week. Why this car was sent flying into that condo after we just told you about a car crashing into a home. Nick?
Jimmy John's Field has been a huge success so far this season in downtown Utica. But coming up on Shelby this week, I'll tell you why Shelby Township residents will have a whole new reason to come down.
It's all in this edition of Shelby This Week. It tops our news this week, from one Detroit's most well-known PR professional to an alleged downloader of child porn. We've been telling you about 62-year-old Philip Frame and his disturbing case in the 41A District Court. Now, a look inside his home and why police say he should be behind bars for his downloads. Charlie KADADO brings us more on the case as investigators took the stand, an update you'll only see on Shelby TV.
Kelly, this is the condo complex where Phil Frame was arrested about 7 months ago. He is still out on bond, but now for the first time, we're learning the disturbing details of what police found when they entered his home. It's safe to say Phil Frame had a career many PR pros wish they could have, representing major companies and even Macomb County. But today, Frame's career has ended, and he's facing more than 70 child porn charges.
These are the images that I found on the hard drive.
For the first time, we're hearing from the detectives who entered Frame's home back in January. Inside, police say they found flash drives containing dozens of images of nude adolescent males, anywhere from 10 to 16 years old.
But in this bedroom, as soon as you walked in, you noticed numerous sex toys on the floor. On the nightstand next to the bed was a laptop computer and then 3 printouts, 8x11 type printouts from but they contain images of child pornography.
Not only images, but police say they found videos too, and Frame allegedly searched the internet for things we can't say on television.
We took thumb drives, discs, cell phone, things like that.
Frame's attorney says there's no evidence Frame had the intent to possess the images, but the judge finding more than enough evidence and moving the case forward. And Frame will be arraigned in circuit court on July 25. He's also facing federal charges and a pending U.S. District Court case. We'll continue to bring you updates on both cases. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Charlie KADADO.
Remembering a local hero, Harrison Township firefighter Lieutenant Andrew Russell was known as Moose for a reason. Fellow firefighters say his larger-than-life personality was contagious. At 6'3", his bear hugs were cherished by all, including his wife and kids. Russell died after falling during a medical call from a suspected blood clot. It's no surprise firefighters from all over Metro Detroit attended Lieutenant Russell's funeral to give him a hero's goodbye, and our own Shelby Township firefighters were in attendance and brought their truck in honor of him.
Moose, your antlers have brought us all together as one to celebrate you coming home. My loving brother, I'll see you one day.
The early success of the United Shores Professional Baseball League has brought thousands to Jimmy John's Field in downtown Utica. Now it's your turn. We'll tell you how Shelby Township residents can enjoy their own day at the ballpark.
Shelby Township residents are going to have their very own night right here at Jimmy John's Field in downtown Utica.
It's really a special occasion for us because Shelby Township is really kind of a sister city of ours here, and just within 5 or 10 minutes of the ballpark. And you know, we've had so much success, and we're really proud to share it with all the folks from Shelby Township.
Jimmy John's Field is hosting Shelby Township Night Saturday, July 30th, when the Eastside Diamond Hoppers take on the Utica Unicorns.
special ticket and seat, along with a hot dog and soft drink for $14.50, so really great deal. And we're looking forward to all the fun and festivity of Shelby Township Night.
A special Shelby Township guest will even be throwing out the first pitch. So I understand you're throwing out the first pitch. You gonna throw a strike, or is it gonna be good?
Well, it definitely won't be a strike. In fact, you know, if you want a laughable moment, it might be one when I throw out that first pitch. It's been a long time since I played baseball back in high school, but no, you know, this is a great asset for actually not only Utica, but for Shelby Township too.
It's sure to be a fun, festive way to spend a summer Saturday night at the ballpark. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
Thanks, Nick. And we'll have more information about Shelby Township's Day at the ballpark on shelbytv.org. It was 4th of July weekend when this car slammed into a house on Janice Street near 21 Mile and Van Dyke. And then just days later, Shelby PD posted to social media a similar incident happened near Hamlin and DeQuinder Road. A car crashed into a condominium. Early investigative reports show speed and driver inexperience could have played a role in the crash. Firefighters had to help a resident out of their condo on the second floor, but there were no reports of any injuries. And now there's a lot of cleanup to be done after the car left a gaping hole in the building. The most recent update from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows Macomb County has gained more than 10,000 jobs in the past few months, and more than 25,000 jobs in the last year. In January of 2015, the county started with just over 383,000 jobs. In May of this year, that number has reached more than 408,000. County officials say this is the highest number of people employed in the last 15 years. So what's driving the increase? They're attributing it to job growth in manufacturing, a good year in the auto industry, and an awakening of the service industry in the county. Many retirees say if given the opportunity, they would delay taking Social Security payments. So we wanted to know if that's true. Financial experts suggest waiting until the age of 70 to receive larger Social Security payments later in life. In a survey Nationwide's Retirement Institute did, 23% of retirees say they would draw Social Security at a later age if they could. So we went to our Shelby Township Senior Center to see what they thought. Tom started taking payments at 62, and now at the age of 90, he says he can see it both ways.
Well, it depends on your physical condition. Well, no, that's when everything went down. I had two operations right after 65, so then I took it then.
Gloria, at the age of 64, hasn't taken Social Security yet, but will next year. Her husband is waiting until 70, so the payments grow.
I think it's a good idea. It depends on your family situation, of course. We're in a different situation. A lot of people need to take it at 62, but your 25% you're losing over those years is hard to make up.
And most retirees don't wait for various reasons. They retire at earlier than expected ages, or some have to because of health issues, like Gwendolyn, who says taking payments later in life to her isn't smart.
No way. After 70, I wouldn't even know what to do with the money. I had a disability, and I didn't have much money, and I didn't have any health care, so I needed all the help I can get.
The survey also said 24% of participants say their payments were lower than expected. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in Shelby Township to ensure Shelby continues to grow, and now you're being let in on it all. This is from the last year's State of the Township address, and it was the first one ever in Shelby Township. The below-average crime rate was discussed, the quality of the parks, and the increase in jobs brought to the township was highlighted. At this year's event, community leaders will get a chance to feature their victories over the last year and their goals for the next. The second State of the Township will be held on Wednesday, July 13th at the Palazzo Grande Banquet Center. It starts at 8:15 a.m. and will highlight Shelby's progress, and the community members will be awarded as well. Admission is $25, but if you can't make it, Shelby TV will be filming the address in its entirety, and we'll show it right here on Shelby This Week. So you can watch it at shelbytv.org. Still to come, an award-winning garden. Why a memorial garden in our community is getting a big honor for being so small. And protecting yourself from home invasions. We sit down with local police to find out how you can avoid becoming the victim.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
The kitchen can be a dangerous place. Please stay in the kitchen when cooking on a stovetop. Please keep children at least 3 feet away from a hot stove. Never leave children alone in a room with a lit candle, as they could get burned or cause a fire. It's a good idea to check your smoke detectors often, once a month. These simple tips can go a long way in keeping your family safe.
A small garden sits next to the Macomb Orchard Trail in Armada, honoring a girl who was taken before her time. And now the April Millsap Memorial Garden has earned itself a second place in a statewide competition. The organizers of the garden won in the 2016 Extraordinary Extension Master Gardener Project College as Best Peer Preferred Project. The Master Gardener College program is a program held to educate those going to school for gardening. The contest was held by the college to showcase unique gardens, and the April Millsap Garden is just that. From its beautiful flowers to the bench dedicated to April to the little portable bookstore, it's obvious the award is well deserved. If you recall, April Millsap was killed while walking her dog along the trail just 2 years ago. Now in her memorial garden, a plastic display board will stand in the flowers as a certificate of its win. We first brought you information on a home invasion that happened near 21 Mile and Shaner last week on our Facebook page. Now our Nick Buckler is standing by at the Shelby Township Police Department with some tips to keep your home from being a target of a possible invasion. Nick?
Just last week, there was a home invasion on Patterson Drive at 21 and Shaner in Shelby Township. So I went to the police department and asked what residents can do to prevent this from happening to them.
Healthy surveillance of your place. If you see something, report it. You know your community, your neighborhood, your home better than we do. You're there every day. If you see something that's out of place, suspicious vans, suspicious people, suspicious cars, give us a call and let us come out and respond. Keep your doors locked at all times. Even when you're home, I would strongly encourage you to keep your doors locked. Don't open doors for strangers. Even if you have a chain link on it, I would say, make sure that you truly know who's at your front door before you open the door. We are an extremely safe community. This is a rare occurrence. This is not something that happens all the time. But we do want you to make sure that you can do everything to prevent it.
Police are urging residents to always keep your doors locked, whether you're home or not, and always call 911 first if you suspect foul activity is happening. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
All right, thanks, Nick. It used to be if you were going outside, you would just grab a bottle of sunscreen and smear it on your face. But now there's tons of different options you can choose from when buying a brand or a type. And our Lindsay Cameron has information on exactly which ones health experts are suggesting as the best.
Summertime means going to the beach, boat rides, swimming, and lots of fun in the sun.
Now, all those hours in the sun can cause a pretty bad sunburn, or even worse. The National Cancer Institute says that melanoma rates have nearly tripled within the past 30 years, and that just one bad sunburn can nearly double your risk for skin cancer.
Beachgoers at Stony Creek Metro Park spent all day soaking in the rays, but when we asked about their sunscreen use, we got a variety of answers.
I just don't ever really feel the need to use it.
I use it just to make sure I'm not at risk for melanoma in the future. Skin cancer is a dangerous thing and it's more prevalent than people expect.
And Lauren is right. 90% of skin cancers are associated with exposure to ultraviolet radiation. But I always tan well and never burn. It doesn't matter how well you tan. Everybody is in danger of developing skin cancer in their lifetime. So how can you keep you and your loved ones safe during the summer? The American Academy of Dermatology recommends the use of sunscreen that offers broad-spectrum protection, an SPF of 30 or higher, and if you're going swimming, it's resistant to water. When applying sunscreen, make sure to put on at least 2 coats to ensure that you are completely covered. You should also reapply sunscreen every 2 hours for a lasting protection.
Now, along with the use of sunscreen, doctors also recommend wearing protective clothing such as sunglasses or hats, taking shade when possible, or simply just limiting your sunshine. And for Shelby This Week, Lindsay Cameron.
Comcast customers will soon be able to watch Netflix through their cable set-top box. The two companies announced the deal, saying work still needs to be done before the service will be available sometime later this year. Comcast and other cable providers have viewed Netflix as a threat as customers continue to cut the cable cord, but now it's being seen as an ally. Netflix already has 47 million U.S. subscribers, so this will expand the company's reach. Comcast is likely to see a cut for every new subscriber now that signs up through their set-top box. We'll see this change sometime within the year. Are you thinking about having a garage sale after all that spring cleaning? Or are you looking to purchase handmade crafts for the home? The 8th annual Riverbends Park Flea Market is coming up, and there's lots of treasures you can find or sell yourself. The flea market will be held on Saturday, July 23rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Admission is free for shoppers, but if you'd like to purchase a space to sell, it's $10, $15 the day of. You must bring your own tables and chairs. The flea market will be located at Riverbends Park on the south side of 22 Mile, just west of Shelby Road. See you there. Coming up next on Shelby This Week, funding efforts for a mobile education unit. Why our local police department is raising money for a program you'll want to take advantage of. And big news from Shelby TV. We'll tell you all about our new, easy-to-use website that's up and running right now.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun?
Hi residents of Macomb County, I'm your Chief Animal Control Officer, Jeff Randazzo, and I just want to take a moment and talk to you about the Gibraltar Trade Center adoptions. One, we're very thankful to Gibraltar Trade Center for allowing us to do adoptions, and ever since its inaugural grand opening on August 29th, we have adopted out more than 50 animals every Saturday from 10 to 2. So if you are looking for a pet or family member, we'd love for you to come there. Again, it's Saturday 10 to 2. Over at Gibraltar Trade Center in Mount Clemens. And we bring all the animals, the homeless animals, here from Macomb County Animal Control that were picked up in your community. So it's your way of getting involved, and thank you for all your support. We truly are blessed to have you here.
In an emergency, you shouldn't have to worry about where your food is coming from. Our Lindsay Cameron went to a local church hoping to get the word out about its food pantry, which is open to all of Shelby Township residents in need.
As one of the largest food pantries in Shelby Township, Faith Lutheran Church is a place to go for those who are in need.
It's like an emergency supply of food you can get from us every 3 months, and we give you information on more permanent help that you may need.
The pantry is mainly for emergency use, but also has the capability to serve up to 40 residents. It's ran by volunteers using donations from the public.
We get the donations mostly from our congregation. We have strictly volunteers. Okay, we don't have any paid staff.
Helma urges those who are in need to come to the pantry for help. The pantry is open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 9 to 12. For Shelby This Week, Lindsay Cameron.
Our local police department is pounding the pavement to raise money for their new set of wheels in the name of education. Detective Leslie Heisler and the department established the Copper Fund, which stands for the Community-Oriented Policing Public Education Resources. It will be used to support their outreach and education initiatives. This includes the Citizens Police Academy, Safety Town, Junior Police Academy, and other programs they do. So first things first, they're raising $5,000 for a mobile trailer as Detective Leslie Heisler heads up those efforts.
We want to set it up as a drug education trailer so that we can bring paraphernalia and pictures and really have a spot to educate, because now when we do education programs, we sit at a table and we talk. And it's really, really boring. And the fire department has their burn house and they've got their bounce house and all the really cool stuff, and we sit at a table. So it'll be a more interactive display. It'll be something that's hands-on. We can also use it for other public education, for disaster preparedness or emergency response or any kind of real training program that we want to put together.
And they plan to use the trailer for residents to interact with at community events and township functions to help educate no matter how young or old.
I want to be able to get to the parents, and so we can educate, drug trends and drug paraphernalia, that kind of thing. We want to be able to reach the senior citizens, maybe educate on frauds and computer fraud. We want to be able to talk to the kids and even the high school kids about things that they face. I think we want to use it for greater community education as well as in the schools, of course.
Right now they've raised $1,000 thanks to the owner of Da Francesco's Italian Cuisine. Good luck to the Shelby PD, and we can't wait to see the trailer. We love being a part of the community and doing stories about you, but the best part is we love that you can share them with family and friends. And now viewing Shelby TV's content just got a whole lot easier with our brand new website. ShelbyTV.org has all of our content and is easy for you to use. There's a section for news, sports, everything going on at the municipal office, and this year's elections. And if you enjoy watching Shelby TV shows like On Patrol and Straight Talk, there's a spot where you can find them all. And we've made it easier for you to share those stories on social media. Feel free to contact us if you'd like us to come to your event or if you have a story idea as well. We love hearing from our viewers, so head over to ShelbyTV.org. And that's it for us here at Shelby this week, but head over to our new website, ShelbyTV.org, to watch us all the time. And keep up with us in the latest news and community updates on our Facebook page. Thanks for watching.